Hello everyone, this is Little Black Dragon, and you are once again watching another installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins Dwarven Commoner Edition. Let's see. In our previous installments, we made Prince Balin, King of Orzammar. Our sister is well taken care of. Our mom is still the crab, she always was. And let's see, what else have we done? We learned that we'll have to wait a while to finish some of the Orzammar side quests. And according to this, I haven't finished that side quest, but I could have sworn I did. Anyway, so now what we're going to be doing for the next few episodes is finishing a few companion side quests. In particular, we will be finishing Alistair and Leliana's side quests over in Denerim. And we'll be talking to companions a lot and hopefully getting Ogren and Wynn's side quests at some point. So with that in mind, here begins our short sort of interim period before we pick up the main storyline again. So consider this a companion quest break interim thing. I'm not very particularly articulate today, am I? Well, in either case, let's get moving. So the first thing we're going to do is I think I'm going to head back to camp, actually. Maybe have, let's see. Do we have anything we need to drop off in our inventory? Let's see. Yeah, we could probably stand to drop off a few things. No, I didn't want to do that. Okay, nothing in particular, but we will have to make a quick trip to Soldier's Peak, won't we? Let's see. I think we're going to go start with Morrigan and then go clockwise. We know Sten usually doesn't have anything to say to us, but maybe if we bring him along, traveling with us for a while, maybe something will come up. Also, I'm going to use this interim period to randomly go back and forth between places that have party banter trinkers, so you guys can hear some more of the party banter that comes up. So I'm probably going to do this for maybe a few episodes or so. So if you're more interested in the main plot and not in the party banter and companion quests and stuff, it's going to be a few episodes before we get back on that again. Anyway, let's start with Morrigan, shall we? Hello, Morrigan. How are you?
'Tis a curious thing. I do not know how else to describe it.
You look confused.
Indeed I am, a little. I am reminded of our first meeting in the wilds. I had been in animal form for some time, watching your progress. I was intrigued to see such a formidable woman, obviously more potent than the men she traveled with. Yet I resented it when Flemeth assigned me to travel with you. I assumed that, at best, you would drive me from your company as soon as we left the wilds.
Why would I do that?
I am aware that I have little talent for forming friendships, to put it lightly. 'Tis something I know nothing of, nor ever thought I needed. Yet when I discovered Flemeth's plans, you did not abandon me. Whatever your reasons, you fought what must have been a terrible battle without hope of real reward.
I did it because I'm your friend.
And that is what I do not understand. Of all the things I could have imagined would have resulted when Flemeth told me to go with you, the very last would have been that I would find in you a friend, perhaps even a sister. I want you to know that while I may not always prove worthy of your friendship, I will always value it. But enough of such idle talk. There are more useful things to be done, surely.
Oh, that conversation is so feel-inducing. It's so adorable. Anyway, all squeeing and fangirling aside, I really, really appreciate the conversation you have with Morrigan when you reach full approval, as her friend, because she acknowledges that, yeah, she's not exactly the easiest person to get along with. And despite that, you know, I believe that sometimes, you know, or at least for our benefit, she makes an effort to support us, even if she doesn't always agree with what we do. I mean, yeah, she can be kind of a bitch sometimes, but in the end, I'm happy to have her along. And I think she is a good friend to the Warden if you are kind to her and listen to what she has to say, even if you don't agree with it. So, yeah, good times, good times. Alright, next conversation. And we'll start with Shale, because closest character.
Shale of House Kadash. Is that who I once was? I find this difficult to believe.
I don't find it difficult to believe at all.
Then I envy its imagination. If I was this Shale of House Kadash, as Caradin said, there must be some evidence of my existence remaining. I must find it.
You think something will trigger your memory?
I need to know that this is the truth, and not simply believe. What Caradin said, it has allowed me to remember one thing. I believe I know where Kadash Taig is.
Well, we can go there if you like.
Its offer is appreciated. I will mark the location on its map. If we can journey there soon, I am most curious as to what we will find.
Awesome! Which means we now have Shale's personal quest to take care of, which we will be doing during this interim period, because that's what this interim period is for, companion quests! Yay! Okay, moving along. We know Stan doesn't have anything interesting to say. Yet. So, once again, we are going to go clockwise. So, Ogren, buddy, what's up? Fellow dwarf, tell me how it's going.
Come to talk to old Ogren, have you? Don't know why.
What's wrong, Ogren?
Nothing. I'm fine. Just, I got a hornet in my eye is all. Did you want to talk about something?
Well, I'd like to know more about you.
What about?
Are you sure you're fine with what happened with Bronca?
Oh, sure. I'm fine with it. I mean, she was a real firebrand between the sheets, but a bit soft in the skull, you know what I mean? Explains why she left, anyway.
You're handling this well.
Handling what? Bronca? That treasure's been long buried. Ancestors take me. You people whine like tea kettles around here.
Oh, I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that observation. But some people have reason to whine. I'm gonna bother you again.
Pull up a drink, Warden. Join me in my sodding hole.
Something bothering you?
Nah, just tired is all. Did you want to talk about something?
Yes, I'd like to know more about you again.
What about?
Well, how do you like the surface so far?
It's sodding great. At first I was a little queasy with all that air, but there's just so much of it. No one has any idea who you are or what you're doing. And the ale. Oh, who'd have thought? Ale made with grain. Aye, the surface is great. It's like a big, bright world of filth without a ceiling. My kind of place. Hey, let's go find something to kill, huh? All this talk makes my hands twitchy.
Sounds like a plan. Alright, well, let's talk to Leliana next.
Something I can help with?
I'd like to ask you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Do you miss anything about Orlais?
I miss Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
Wow. Well, even though I wasn't particularly a fan of Orzamar's politics and people and caste system, it really was a beautiful city, so it was pretty magnificent looking, to be honest.
Yes, I'm sure it is. But every city has a different personality. It is hard to describe. You have to be there. Of course, there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais.
What sort of things?
Dresses, fine dresses and furs. And shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see. Orlais is very fashionable. Almost ridiculously so. But the shoes... Living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
Oh, I love shoes, I think.
When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
I had my eye on a pair my shoemaker was working on. It was covered in pale blue silk, with amber beads on the toe. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky, fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
They are kind of ugly and shapeless, I'll admit that.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
Oh, female bonding. You never fail to amuse me. Anyway, we are almost out of time, but I'm going to go over the time maybe a couple of minutes so we can have another conversation. So let's talk to Wynne.
What's on your mind?
Why did the Spirit of Faith choose to help you?
I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
I've never experienced that before.
I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
Do spirits watch people like that?
I suppose they must. It is these benevolent spirits that create our dream worlds in the Fade. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
You're very lucky.
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
Ah. So the spirit of faith is your personal protector.
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
I'm glad you think traveling with me is worthy of your time.
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare her for the task that is yet before her. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger-wagging.
I'll hold you to that promise.
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help.
Aww. So feel-inducing. I almost can't contain my feels. Anyway, sadly, folks, we are out of time, so I'm going to save and cut the video off here, but I will see you all in the next installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins Dwarven Commoner Edition. You know my usual blah 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 about subscribe, blah blah blah, comment, blah blah blah, favorite, blah blah blah, whatever, you know the drill, and you're probably tired of me saying it. So, I'll see you next time, folks. Thanks for watching.